Hello guys, hello. I think so. I'm live now. Can you just quickly confirm if I am live and you are able to see me? If my voice is clear and everything is fine from my side. Good evening, guys. Welcome back to the day three of this boot camp. Okay, I'm live. Fine. So, yeah, great. So, welcome back to the day three of this boot camp. I hope so. You have been enjoying the day one and day two with me. Okay. Yeah, hello Gaurav, hello Akash, hello Ayush, Zaidan, and hello. Hi Mahesh. Great, Denver. If everything is clear, then great. Good evening, Shantanu. Good evening. Okay, so now we have to start our day three, and yesterday we were left uh, doing the auth middleware. Okay, so we were done with auth middleware, and we had some small issues in yesterday's session, like I got some electricity problem and other issues. Okay, so let's continue from here, and we will quickly complete this backend part, and then we'll move forward to the front end part. We'll create another code sandbox for the front end, and we'll start with the sign-in page. Okay, so let's quickly one by one go through this all things. And yep, so before the starting of the session, I'm informing you. Sign-in page, I will do it along with you in the session, and sign up page will go as a challenge or else homework for you. I will provide the whole code, everything. Do not worry about that. I will provide the code today itself for the sign up too, but you have to try it once on your own. Okay. So sign in totally on me, but sign up kind of you have to work upon that. You will have the sample code, complete sample code. No worries for that. It's not like I will just throw you out to work upon something that might create confusion for you. No, that's not what we will do. We will have the challenge, but along with that, we will have solution also with you. Okay. Okay. Great. Okay. Great. So after day five, see, the thing is, you have to submit your assignment that we will tell you to submit. Once the assignment is submitted, only then you will get the certificate. Okay, fine, great. So let's get into this. Okay, so certificate by Jayan. Himani, after 5 days, you will get some of the work, some of the assignment to complete. Okay, उसके बाद आपको certificate मिल पाएगा. Once you submit that assignment, whatever is given, you will get your certificate after that. Okay. Okay, great. So now let's begin. So we left it out at the position of auth middleware. And now from next moment, we have to define our get and post request for the task. And the auth middleware that we defined over here will be used subsequently in going on sessions. So like in going on services. So we collapse this out. We do not need actually this. Okay. So now, next thing that we need is app.get. Why? Because we are fetching or else we are fetching the task data for the user. So if I do app.get/task, in that case, request comma response, and it will be kind of auth middleware as well as async. So I will need, so same way as we wrote async over here, we have to define it also as a async function. Okay, and see async, and one more thing will come in between, that is auth middleware. Okay, so the auth middleware that we defined on the top will be used from here onwards. So what is the basic usage of auth middleware over here? So suppose what happens is, might be a case you have your endpoint. Okay, you have your endpoint, and what you are doing is, without authenticating your endpoint, you are directly trying to use your sign in, sorry, not sign in, but actually get request for the task. And now in this case comes your auth middleware. So what auth middleware will do? Auth middleware will kind of first of all check, are you authenticated or not, or else have you signed in or not. Okay, so that is the purpose of auth middleware here. So that's why we will need the auth middleware function in this case. And let's begin writing our function on hold. So what are we going to manage in app.get? Okay, so app.get will manage fetching the task. So you have your task saved in your database. Okay, we are not creating, it's already created. Now you have to fetch that task. To fetch that task, you have to actually get take the get request. You have to manage that request. Now along with the get request, you will get a user ID. Okay, so you have to use that user ID or this token, and based upon the user ID, you have to fetch those particular tasks. Okay, so let's quickly write that code. Okay. Now, so inside this, my function is created, and I have defined my auth middleware also, and I will define const task is equals to, and over here I will give it a response. So now I have used async, and for that particular reason, I have to define here, await here, and task dot find. What I am doing is task dot find. Now, what is the parameter for actually searching it up? Okay, so no, this is not the front end part. This is the back end part. We will start the front end part today. So just have somewhat patience. Okay. Okay, so what we are doing is we are actually finding. So finding with respect to what? Finding with respect to user ID. Okay, so we have already defined our user ID. So you are taking user ID from the user. So user underscore ID. Okay, so now we will be searching for the task, but based upon the user that ID that you get. Okay, what is the name of the user ID that we define? Where is it? Just give me a minute. New user ID. Just a moment. Let me see the name, exact name that I defined. It was user underscore ID, or else it was user. Okay, it was user capital ID. Okay, fine. So it should be user capital I and D. Okay. So yeah. So based upon the user ID that you are having, based upon that, you will be fetching up the task. So yesterday itself, I explained you what will be the table structure. Each task that you are storing will have a field of user ID. Okay, each and every task that you are storing will have a field of user ID. So now it will filter out based upon the user ID. So I'm using my find function. Okay, so find function will actually search through all the table, sorry, all the entity inside the table. Okay, it will find my user ID, and it will fetch those tasks that is related to my user ID. Okay, so now, once I get this, so I will send it in the form of JSON. Okay, and it will be res.json task. Okay, so done. Great, fine. Okay, guys, everything done till here. Now let's move to next thing. Based upon the same route slash task itself, we will also manage a post request. Okay, so see, guys, the route can be similar. The type of request can be different in this case. Okay. I am sending get request on the same route, that is slash task. On the same route of slash task, I will send a post request too. So there has no notes in the group. Yeah, you will get a note by today because there was some delay in sharing the notes from my side. So just wait, by today, I think so you will get it. Okay. Now I have to manage my post request and on the same particular route. Okay, and in this case also, I will check my auth middleware. And for that particular reason, then I will go with my async and request and response. Okay, fine, great. Now, in this case, what I have to do, I have to post my task. So, what is the functionality? User is actually adding a task, and task has two, three fields. One is text. So, what was the schema type for the task? So, text, the schema type for the task was first of all text, then status, then priority, and user ID was getting auto generated. Okay. So, in this case, now I have to actually create a new task. Okay, so I have to actually create a new task. So in this case, what I will define const task is equals to, now over on the top, we did task dot find. Over here, we will do new task. Okay, over here, we are going to do new task. So now in task, what all are the things that we need to add? So we need to add, first thing is the text of the task that we have added, then the status, and then the priority. Okay, and user ID will get it auto generated. So now everything will be coming from request.body. Everything is from the form. So over there, I have to write request.body, and before request.body, I need three dots and fine. Okay. So new task, request.body, and what all tasks are there. Okay. So see, in request.body, you will get three things. One is text, another one is your status, and the third thing is your priority. So everything will come together in one request dot body. You do not need to define three different request bodies for this particular case. Okay. Mohammed Irfan, I shared the code link yesterday itself. So I will share it at the end. Okay, wait, because right now I have disabled the code sandbox for access through anyone. Okay, if I enable it, so everyone will try accessing it while I am live coding. So I do not want that. By the end of the session, I will paste the code sandbox link for you. Okay. Now, so I told request dot body will have combined three things. One is your text, then your status, and then your priority. Okay. Now, next thing that we need to have is a user ID. Okay. So we will also add a user ID. So user ID is equals to request dot user ID. Okay. So now, in this case, we do not need to actually create new user ID. So new user ID will be created when you are logging, when you are actually signing up. Okay. So when you are signing up, in that case, your user ID will be created. So for other tasks, like for getting any task, for posting any task, you will use your already created user ID. So every time you sign in, you do not need to create, or else a new user ID will not be created for you. The same user ID will get used again and again. So what is the use of and where should we see? The thing is, we are trying to fetch request.body. So for that case, in the request.body, we have three fields coming together in particular JSON form. For that particular reason, we are using dot 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 and then request.body. Okay. So if you do not use, particularly, you will kind of get some errors. So please do not skip it out. Okay. So my task is created. My task is actually created. Now, what should I do? I should save my task. So I have to now save my task in the database. So task dot save. Okay. So it was task, not task. Okay. So my what I'm doing, I created a new task. Now new task along with the user ID is getting saved in my database. Okay, fine, great. So see, I'm repeating it again. Request.body has three items. Okay, you have to save all three items. You are taking three items together. Now, for that particular reason, you are using dot 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 request.body. Okay, fine. Now, await task.save has been done, and I will do a res.json, and actually, I will send in task as a response. Okay, fine. Looks great. Not task, but actually tasks. Or else I can go with task only because it is a singular task. Okay. No need to define it as S extra S. Over here it will be extra S because on the get operation there would be multiple tasks relatedly. Okay. So this was your post request and this was your get task request. Okay. So this was your get task request. Then comes your post task request. So this was your post task request. And then you have a delete task request too. Okay, delete task request. So let's now create one more app dot post or actually app dot delete because we are performing a delete operation. And over here, we will create our endpoint as slash task slash and now see one more important thing. You want to delete something. You want to delete something. Now, to delete something, you should actually know what exactly you are going to delete. Okay. So, for that particular reason, you need a particular ID to identify what task are you going to delete. Okay. What task are you trying to delete? Okay. So, let's define it up. So, for that particular reason, I am doing slash task slash ID. Okay. Slash task slash ID and same thing again. Auth middleware and I will have my async, okay, request, response, and then, okay. So in this case, I will filter out my task based upon ID, and then I will delete that task based upon my ID. So for that reason, I will do await now task. So task sk dot find one and delete. Now see, there is one more function that is find one and delete. So what will find one and delete will do? And see where is that? Yeah. So find one and delete. So now first of all, I am finding a task with that particular ID. Then after I found a task with that particular ID, I am deleting that task. Okay, first of all, I am finding that task and then I am deleting that task. That's what I am doing right here. Okay, so I already have my ID to search upon. So for that particular reason, I am doing my ID. Okay, request dot params, spelling is right. Yeah, it's fine. So request dot params dot ID and user ID. Fine. So this is what I am doing for my particular search of task and then deletion of my task. And it's fine. It looks good. Yeah, everything is fine. Task dot find one and delete looks good. And ID comma. Okay. Yeah. So one thing I made a mistake over here is so I have to pass my request dot params dot ID as a form of ID, not actually form ID. Okay. Fine. Great. So now what happens with this function? My task with that particular ID has been deleted. So now I will send in a response in the form of JSON telling my user that yeah, so the ID or else the task that you were trying to delete has been actually deleted. Okay, so task deleted. Okay, so this is the JSON response that I will send to my user who was trying to delete that task. Okay, why do we need a delete method? See, guys, you suppose you have a day. Okay, on one particular day, you have 6 tasks to complete. Now, what happened? You got to know that task number three has already been done. Task number three has already been done. Now, in that particular case, you do not want task number three to be in that list because it's already been done and you are creating a to-do list. Okay. So for that particular reason, you need to have a delete operation so that you can particularly delete that task out of the list. Okay. So that is why you need a delete operation. Okay. Can I use find by ID and delete method? Shri Sriram, we are actually in the database. So see, best thing for here it would be find one and delete. Okay, because you were trying to find one particular task and delete. So you can use find by ID. In other case, might be case you can try it also on your own. Okay, so the user ID change कर सकते हैं. No, if once see Ashish, once you have created your account, your user ID has been assigned. You would not be able to change the user ID. Okay, user ID is not a thing that would affect you. So please do not get worried about it. We need an update also, right? Yeah, we need an update. We are writing, just wait, we are writing for that itself. Okay, great. Now, let's go with update operation. Okay, delete operation has been added. And now, so update operation, what we will update. So we have two things. One is task and one is priority. Okay. So we will try to update task and priority based upon changing of status. Okay. So now let's create the update operation first of all for the status of the task. Okay. Update status of the task. Okay. So we will update the status of the task and now. So app dot now in this case, what will be my request type? So app dot patch will be my request type and the yeah, so the auth just the path will be slash task. Okay. Or else we can do it should be task, task and task. Fine. App dot get will also have a task and login and register. Fine. That's great. So app dot slash task and then you will need to pass the ID slash status. Okay. And then you will have auth middleware here also. So auth middleware and async request comma response. Okay, request comma response. So this is your patch. Okay, so patch will actually update it up. Okay, now let's see how we can update up. So first of all, I will try fetching my status. So what is the actual status of my body, or else what is the actual status of my task? So I will do my request dot body. Now see guys, in this case, I am just fetching a single value. Okay, I do not have multiple value or collections of value. That's why I am not adding dot 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 separator in front of my request dot body. In previous case, I had uh multiple parts inside the request dot body. Okay, so that's why I was doing dot 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 and then okay. So const status as equals to request dot body, and now I will search for my task in this case. So const task is equals to await task dot find one. Sorry, should be task dot find one. So I have to do find one. Okay. Now, along with find one, I also need one more operation. What is one more operation? That is update operation. So I will do find one and update. Okay. So you do not need to do it separate. If you get find one, then you can directly apply your option to either delete, replace, update, whatever you want. Okay. So I'm doing find one and update. Now, inside find one and update, I have to search it by particular ID because I already have my ID in this case. So ID will be request dot params dot what dot ID. Okay, so request dot params dot ID. I will be passing in this case for searching it up, and then the particular user ID will come here. Then request dot user ID. Okay, so in this case, what I'm doing, I'm searching it up. Then comes your status. Okay, now new status that my user has sent, and then I will do it as true. Okay. So great. So new one, I am setting it as true for now. Okay. So this should not be a small braces. It should be a curly braces. Just update it up and fine. Okay. Great. So in this case, what you did, you updated the status. Okay. Your status has been updated, but now you have two more steps to do. That is if if in a given case, task is not found. So if in a given case task is not found, then you have to return to your user that 404. Okay. So I know you know this HTTP status response. So this means that particular task that you are searching for does not exist. So I will send in a data. The task that you are searching for does not exist. Okay. So I will send in this particular response to my user, or else we can also keep it as more short. So we can keep it as task not found to. No need to write a great description for this case. Okay, fine. So this is the response that I'm doing, and along with this, I will send a JSON response. Okay, res.json, and new task will be sent back. So this was one patch request. Now we also need one more patch request. Okay, we need one more batch request. Why we need one more batch request? Because we have also defined one priority case too. Priority field is also there. So might be a case you start your day and exercising would be the most prior work you would be having. But then suddenly, due to some emergency case, you need to travel to some place. So for that particular reason, now you have to change the priority of your exercising task to low. Okay. So now you should have an option to also change the priority for your task. So let's quickly add that too. Okay. So this slash task slash ID and slash. Now, in previous case, it was actually status. Now I will do priority. Okay. So comma auth middleware, and then we will have our async, and then with async we'll have our request comma response, and this is my function. Then okay, then great. So now let's quickly add it up. Okay. So now first of all, again I have to do the same thing of finding that particular. First of all, I will take the priority that is in my body, and then I will update it up. So priority is equals to, then it will be request dot body. Okay, I am getting the priority from my request dot body, and I will define my const task is equals to await task dot find one and update. Okay, find one and update. So the previous case where we update where we add the batch operation, it is same. Okay. Sir, status is a typo. Status, status. Where is the status typo? Where is the typo? On line number 80. Eight. Okay, fine. Status. Okay, thanks guys for telling me this. Okay, so find one and update, and inside the find one and update, I will do what? I will first of all search for it. So again, I will do underscore ID, and I will do request dot params dot ID, and then I will do user ID and user ID. Great, fine. And over here, I will send in my priority now. Okay, priority. Sorry, priority. Looks good. Yeah. And then what will be my next step in this case? And I will set my new as row, new as row for this case. Okay. So my priority has been updated. Now I have to check one more thing. If my priority do not exist, in that case, I will copy the code over here. Or else if my task does not exist, in that case, I will copy this code in this place. Okay. Great. Fine. Okay, so everything is saved, and let me check if my 1 minute I have to restart it up. Okay, restart. Oh yeah, I will start my new terminal selection. Oh, sorry, terminal and new terminal. Status is fine. Everything looks good. Okay, so I will do my npm start, and I will check if my server is running. Okay, so my server is running. It means I do not have any. Okay, my code is all fine. There is no syntax error till this point. Now, once we write the front end code, then we will understand if there is any actual error in database or other things. So if you have an output telling you that server is running on port something, it means your database has been successfully connected, and whatever routes you have created, do not have any actual syntax error. Okay, fine. Clear, guys? So this is our backend code. Okay, this is our backend code that we need to write. Okay, I hope so. You have understood everything in this case. Okay, getting atlas error. It means the MongoDB is not getting connected, Dinesh. So you need to check up with the permission in the MongoDB if you have allowed all IPs, if your cluster is created successfully or not, and if you are actually adding correct string or not, correct connection string or not. Okay, fine, guys. Any problems, any doubts to this point? Not audible. Is there any problem with the audio, guys? Okay, great. Okay. See, the thing is, so I am sorry. Yeah, I am getting many doubts telling me that why you haven't used put. Sorry, why you haven't used put instead of patch. So the thing is, over here, I am just trying to update one field. Okay, I'm not actually trying to update whole of my task. I'm just trying to update one particular field. So it means I'm trying to do a partial updation in this case. So in case of partial updation, the best method to use is patch. Okay, so patch, as the name suggests, is majorly used to actually add some changes partially, not completely. So in case of put, you would actually be aiming to either totally remove or not remove, but actually totally update the task field. Okay. So over here we do not have the like we are not having the case of totally updating the task. We are not updating all fields inside the task. So for that particular reason, we are not using put. Okay. So best case scenario is we can use patch in this case. If you want to use put, try using put. No problem. It's your choice. I'm not saying that you cannot use put. Okay. App crash waiting for the file change before starting. It means you have a syntax error. Yeah. Just search for any syntax error if you have over there. I think so. Your URL is having a port number and you should not have it. So just copy the correct connection string. Okay. Side Dheeraj, you will get the code link at the end of the session. Okay. I wish you have to wait till the end of session because if I share the access right now, you will flood up, okay, on my code sandbox, and actually it will kind of reduce the performance and do not want any lag in the code sandbox right now. Okay. After the session, I will share it up with you. Yeah, you are getting no worries. You have to kind of complete all the tasks that we give. You will get certificate. It does not mean you have to actually be present on the 4 days, 5 days. Try being on four, max to max, minimum to minimum four. Okay. One day is actually manageable, and the task that we will give, you have to complete it, and it will be good to go. Okay. Just get a look. Okay. Yeah, Hardik, I told you search for any syntax error that you have because I am not able to see your code. Okay. So in that case, I would not be able to help you. Yeah, everyone, whoever is getting error as getting app crashed, waiting for the file changes, it means you have some syntax error. Syntax error. So try testing it up. Okay, fine. Yeah, app crash or whatever same similar response you're getting. It means you are having certain syntax error in your code. Okay, great, fine. So now what we will do is, okay, so now what we need to do is we need to move with the front end part and we will create one more how to find out error for the backend code. See, you have to search for any red underline mark on your code. Okay. And next best thing is you have to either read the whole code and see if you have made any spelling mistakes or any other issues. Okay. Such long code I would not be able to provide in the chat. Just have patience. Okay. Just have patience. We have 30, not 30, but actually 40 minutes more in the session. You will get the whole code after the session. Okay. I will share the code sandbox link with you right now, but you would not be able to access it up. Okay. I'm informing you before itself. So I will change the SS mode after the session and then you can actually access it up. Okay. So right now I have kept it as private. You can just copy and keep the link. You would not be able to actually open this. Okay. Okay. So I have pinned a message on the top. You can find the code sandbox link over there, but the SS is kindly it is requested, sorry, restricted right now, so you will not be able to. Okay. Yeah, Zaitan, you would not be able to access. You can just save it up after the session when I change the visibility. I will change it from private to public. Then you can see. Okay. This is the final code. This is the final code. Okay. And the task that you will get will also be same. You're not going to get anything different from this. Obviously, DevBox can't load. I told you that it is private right now. You will not be able to access it up. Okay. How many times do you want me to say that again? Okay, great. So the backend is done. Okay. Now many doubts are coming. Why am I not testing on Postman? I am assuming my crowd as kind of more of beginner, so I do not want to get into adding more confusion for you by using Postman right here. So I will create the front end code and I will try doing all the tasks over there. Okay. So let's create one more code sandbox, and this code sandbox will be for my front end part. And first of all, I will do all the configurations required, and I will try completing my front end part, not front end, but actually the sign in page. Okay. As I am getting to know that my crowd is not listening to me by the way you are writing in the chat. That sandbox is not loading. Obviously, sandbox will not get load. I told you why it will not get load. Okay. Obviously, it is private till this point, so that it will not get load. Do not come to me telling that there is something wrong with the code sandbox. I cannot help you for now. I can only help you with it after 45 minutes. Okay. So let's create my another code sandbox. Now this will be for the backend, sorry, no, for the front end. So I need to use React. So just go with the normal React. Okay. No need to go with the TS version. Okay. So go with React and inside this, you will name it up. So to do front end. So I will name it as to do front end and visibility. I will keep it as private itself or else you will try assessing it up and I will change it up after the session. Okay, so I have created my to-do. So front end is created. Now, first thing that I will do is installing all the dependencies. So the dependency that I need is React, React DOM, React Script, and React Router DOM. DOM is also one important dependency that I need because I need to create React Router first of all. Okay, so React Router DOM. Everyone, please install this dependencies that you need. Okay, because we will go with front end part now. Leave that old code sandbox for the backend. Now it's done. Move to new code sandbox. Create a new code sandbox by you with a framework of React, and then let's begin the today's. Let's begin the front end part. Okay. No, Ajay, attendance is not sent. You can relax till that point. It's not yet sent. Okay, guys, get back to the front end part fast, fast, fast. Are you ready with the front end, right? Can we move forward? I do not want to waste much time in this. Can we move forward with the front end? Fast, guys, fast, 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 fast. Do it. You just have to create a new code sandbox and you have to install React Router DOM as a dependency. We do not need any other dependencies. If we need, then I will inform you. Okay. For now, you just need React Router DOM. Okay, great. So I think so I can move with this now. So I have my app.js. So the main landing page will come inside app.js. And other than that, we have two more pages. That is one is login and another one is sign up. Okay. So again, I am telling you, I have created this course taking into mind that I have a totally beginner crowd. Okay. If you find the code basic, no need to spam in the chat box telling that code is too basic, code is too basic. If you find it basic, no problem. You can go with this and you can kind of make it more complex and more like add more functionality into that. Now, first thing that we need is we will create one file, not actually one, but two files. So one will be login.js and another one be signup.js. Okay, signup.js. And we will need to create router for these two files. Okay. So first thing that we need is we will be creating a router in the app.js. Okay. So yeah, fine. App crash waiting for the file change. Yeah, Nitesh, there is syntax error in your code for the backend. Please try searching it up. Okay. No hash. You cannot AI generate the code. You are learning. Please do not AI generate the code. Mighty soul, you want me to block you? You want me to block you or what? I just told you to not write this, and I haven't started. And writing code is not the code is too basic. Okay, great. So what I am going to use, I will use two three things. That is browser router and other things. Okay. Next.js users, no problem. Next.js is a library of React. You can actually use. Okay. So first thing that I need is browser router. Okay. So import browser router as router. So I will import my browser router as router in this case. And then what is the next thing that I need? So after browser router, I need to have my routes. So I'm trying to create two new routes for my sign in and sign up page. So that is why I will add it up. So routes, comma, sorry, navigate. Okay. So browser router as route and route and navigate from where? From React Router DOM. Okay, so we already installed React Router DOM and we will be adding it up from React Router DOM. Okay, great. We will not change this code right now. This code we will change on next day. Okay, primarily only thing that we need is creation of our login and sign up routes. So now next thing is we will import the login and sign up page. So import login from. So let me give it a route. So the route actually is dot slash and login. Okay. Same way, import sign up from and sign up is right here. And this is my sign up page. Okay. Fine. So Shifana, this is the third day of our bootcamp and we only have 2 more days left. That is tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Okay, so we have added a sign up and login page. There is no code in sign up and login, so no need to worry about this. And the next thing that we need to add is our router. Okay, so outside of this return, we need to create one more return and we need to define our router over here. Okay, so router and router. And inside this router, I need to define a routes and routes. And now inside the routes, I will have my route. Okay, fine. So inside the routes, I have my route, and then inside my route, I will have two things. So first is I will define my path. So path is right now slash login. So I have already added my login page, and now if my path of request is slash login, in that case, I will send in element. So what element am I trying to send in this case? I am trying to send a login element. Okay. And along with login element, the token that I have set, I am also sending that set token in this case. So right now we haven't added any token. So what we can do is actually we can remove this part of set token because set token has not been added. Okay. Understand read only property message of the object and obviously you will have some errors because you haven't closed this up. Close this up. Okay. So because there is no code inside this and we need to close this up also. Fine. Okay, so why am I not passing set token? Because set token is not actually created in this case. If I want, I can actually send also. Okay, if I want, I will be able to set. So I will do set token is equals to in bracket. I will do set token. Okay, so there is no error being thrown, so we do not have any issue in this case. So I have created a login. Now in the same way, I have to create a sign up route to. Okay, yeah, we do, Prajapati. It is mandatory for you to attend all the sessions if you have registered for the bootcamp. Okay. Yeah, Mayank, it will not open. It will not open until the session is complete. Okay. After the completion of session, you would be able to access it up. So not worry. So second part that we have is register. Okay. If I get a request for register, in that case, I will do this one and sign up. I have sign up, right? So I will use my sign up route and I will call it up. Okay. So second one is sign up. We do not need to actually pass any uh, token in this case because we are creating a new user, and for the new user, a new token will be actually created. So there is no predefined token in this particular. Okay. Now one more thing, we have to define the default route. So next is defining the default route. If my path is only slash, if my path is only slash, it means I have to go to the home page. Okay, it means I have to go to home page. So now in that case, I have to search one thing and I have to see if my token is already defined or not. Okay, so if I have this request, in that case, I will send my value to the home page. But before that, I need to check if my token is actually defined or else if I have logged in or not. Okay, main app. So yeah, okay, fine. And if it is not defined, in that case, I will send it to navigate and navigate to what? Navigate to login. Okay, navigate to slash login. Okay, fine. So I have defined three routes. One is for slash login, one is for slash register, and one is for my default route. Okay. So in default route, what I am checking for, I'm checking if I have already signed in or not. If there is a case where I haven't signed in, so I will lead my user to sign up page directly. Okay. So it will kind of add more security for my page. Okay. Yeah, Darshan. Happy birthday in advance, Darshan. If you come tomorrow also, then I will wish you tomorrow too. Okay. Okay, guys. Yeah. Okay. So my route has been created. Now I have to go with my sign up page. Okay. So I hope so you do not have any doubt till this point. So I will move to login.js page and I will write bit by bit each and every code. Okay. Yeah, Darshan, I think so your birthday got kind of a very good birthday in advance. Okay. Although you will have your birthday after 12 o'clock, but even at 7:45 or 7:47, you got a very good birthday. Okay. Yeah, I will send the front end code. Okay. See. Code is not money for me. Okay. So code is kind of thing that I have to share off with you. Okay. So it's not a treasure for me that I will keep it to myself. I will share everything. Do not worry about this. Okay. If there is some delay, then there might be case I would be busy with something. But obviously, I will share everything with you. Okay. I'm not going to keep it up with me only so that just I know my code. Okay, so let's start the login page, and I will go somewhat fast in this case because we have kind of lag of time. So we will need use state. So I am doing import use state in this case. Okay, and then I will need my use navigation. Okay, import use navigation comma. So along with use navigation, I will also have my link from where I will have my link and use navigation from React Router DOM. Okay, so these are two dependencies. Now, first thing, I need first function of login. So I need the first function of login. So not actually the first function, but actually the main function. So in the route case in the app.js, I was sending in a value of set token. Okay, I was sending in a value of set token. So you can call it as prompt, not prompt. Okay, so over here, I have received that value of set token in that particular function. Okay, so that's why I wrote function login and then set token. So this will be kind of main function. So you can also write the export default case here itself, or else you can also define it at the bottom. So I will define it over here itself, and then I will move with my function definition. Okay. Yeah, Dominic, you will not be able to access the backend code because I have set the accessibility for now to private. I will change the access mode after the session. Okay. Yeah. So this is my function. Now I need one or two use states in this case. So first use state is my auth error. If I get a error, I will handle that error with this use state. Okay. So auth error, comma set not 8, but actually set auth error is equals to now use state. So what will be the value for default? Default by default we will not have any value in this case. Okay. And another thing that we need is auth loading and set auth loading. You will get to know wherever we use this. Okay. Okay. So we will know wherever are we going to use, and by default I will set it to false. Okay. Yeah, you will get the attendance. I will stretch this session till 8:15. So have patience and keep your calm. Yeah. So next thing that we need is username. Username and set username, and by default set state. Okay. So by default, what will be the username? It will be empty string. After username, we need to set password. Okay, we need to take password. So password, comma, set password is equals to user state, and by default, the password will also be an empty string. Okay, fine. And after this, yeah, so my user state has been defined, and I will define my navigate. So const navigate is equals to syntax error. There would be some syntax error that you have made because the code that I wrote is running fine without any syntax error. So please check after the session when I share the code with you. Please check it and compare it with my code. Okay. Where have I used set state? Okay, yeah. So I have used set state in two cases. It should be use state and it should be use state. Okay, great. Thanks. So I have created my states, whatever is required. Okay. Ishita, the session will go around 15-20 minutes more. Okay. Yeah. So I have created it. Now I have to create one more function, login. So this will be small l login, and I will take in the user input in this case. Okay. Async, and I will take the user input. What all user input do we need? We need two user input, that is username and password for the from the form that we have created. Okay. So in this case, I will set my auth loading as true. Okay. Right now, I am in between my authentication. I have not completed, but I am in between my authentication, and my auth error will actually be empty string till this point. And I will define my response. Okay. Const response is equals to await, and I will kind of fetch it up. Okay. So if we take now over here, in case of fetch, I need to add my backend code. That is not backend code, but backend endpoint. So what is my backend endpoint? So now let's get back to my actual backend code. Okay, so this is my actual backend code. If I run my preview on 8080, so that link that I have over here is this is my actual link, and I will copy this link. I will add up over here. So I need to add my endpoint. Along with this, I created a service of slash login. I remember I created a service of slash login. So I need to add slash login in front of this. So slash login. Okay. So this is my await fetch endpoint. Okay. This is my await fetch endpoint. And then comma. Then we have a function in this case. Okay, now I am sending a request. I'm sending a get request, and for this, I will first of all define my type of request that I am sending. Okay, sorry, not yet, but this will be post because I am trying to actually log in into my account. So I need to send post request. So post and I will send a header in this case. Okay, so I will keep a small headers. Okay, so what all headers do we need? First header that we need is content type. Content and see guys, do not make any spelling mistake in this case, and if I make then please inform me because these are crucial places, so here we should not make any spelling mistake. Okay, so the content type will be either application or any JSON data that we will be sending. So this is second required field, and after method and header we will need a body. So the body will completely have the JSON data, so JSON dot stringify, and the type of data that we are trying to send is string data. So we are actually stringifying, or else we are changing the data to string data. Okay, so now in this case what is two data that we are sending? We are sending a username and password. So these are the two data that we are sending. So this is my whole response. Okay, this is my whole response case. Now this is the reason. Okay, I am not creating a Postman test environment right here. Okay, because this is only for login. I have to send my username and the password. Now from there, I have to obtain my token, and then for getting request, I have to use that token. So I do not want to create a kind of more mess for you. Okay, now fine. I have pushed my post request. I have sent it my post request for that backend part. And now next thing is I will take up and check if my login has been completed successfully or not. If actually the user exists or not. Okay. So await response dot JSON. So I am taking my response dot JSON in the data, and then I will check my response dot JSON. And in this case, I am setting my loading of authentication as false because in this point I get to know that my authentication is already done, and I will check it out. Okay. So if in my data I have token getting returned, if in my data I have token getting returned, it means I have authenticated myself successfully. Okay. So if I have a token, then I will set my token. Okay. That is data dot token. Okay. And now this data dot token will get stored where? This data dot token will get stored on your browser's cache. Okay, on your browser's cache. So set item, and I will store it in the form of token. The name will be form of token and data dot token. So I already explained you the architecture, how we will go, where, how we will go in this case. Okay. And once I have verified myself, once my authentication token has been done, has been added, I will navigate myself to this route. So slash route. So I have already created my slash route in this case. Okay, this is my slash route. Okay. So this was the first case of authentication. Okay, done. So this is the normal environment. If my user already exists, this is that environment. Oh, now comes my other environment. If there is a case where user does not exist, in that case, I will need error getting thrown. So in that case, I will set my error. So data dot message will be my error. Or else, if there is no data dot message, then I will tell my user that login has failed for you. Okay, that means login has failed for you. So this is the code that will manage sending a post request to the backend, and this is the code that will check if I have successfully logged in or not. Okay, this is the code that will take care of that. Fine, guys. Clear? Yeah, you can use Axios. You do not have any limitation. Axios is much more faster. Okay, you have the free hand to use Axios, no problem. Okay, I'm doing it kind of raw without any use of dependency middleware. So for that reason, I'm using .fetch directly. Okay, it shows it's a very good option for you. It will be fast and more reliable. So you can use it. Great, great. Now, what I will do, I will get inside the front end code. Okay, it's kind of not that long. I will be able to complete it in 15 minutes itself. And same way, you have to create the backend code too. Okay. Yeah, you will get the attendance link at 8:10. So do not kind of panic for the attendance link. Okay. Okay, fine. Let's go with the front end code. Okay. So front end code, I will start with the outer div and let me redirect myself to slash login. Okay. So I have reached my slash login and let's start. Yeah, you will get whatever link you want. Just wait for some moment. Okay, great. So in this case, I will start with the outer div. And outer div, what it will contain? It will contain screen size and other requirements. So maximum width, I will keep it as medium for this case. I want my form to be at the bottom and margin, I will keep it as bottom. Okay. You see, it depends upon how many sessions you are taking in, but try attending all of. If you miss any one or two, one at max, I would recommend you to only miss one because you have to mark your attendance. Okay, so in that particular case, you have limitations. Okay, so just try missing only one. Okay, so yeah, so border. I was writing border orange 200. Okay. So border orange 200. If my app is working fine. So default function app and looks great, looks great. Okay, it is fine, right? Okay. So let me complete this login page first of all. Okay, wait. One thing I have to check in case of route. So the app.js is having my route, but it's so login has been added from dot slash login. Okay. Export function has been added. Everything is fine till this point. And export default has also been added. Export default function app path slash login and everything looks great. Okay. For the slash login case too, user state and user effect also has been added. Browser router, routes, React router DOM, everything looks great. And then why is it okay? We'll do one thing. We do not need this part because there can be only one method. So I am getting an error for set token. So I will remove this set token part right now for now. Okay. And yeah, so what else error am I getting is user navigation must be used within a data router. Obviously, I have kept a data router, but here I am not yet done with the home page, so I cannot help with that. Okay, so use navigation is what we have missed. Okay, so we need use navigation in this case, right? So navigation has been defined. Yeah, navigation has been defined. And one thing that we need is just give me a moment. So use navigation. So inside the function, I need to define my use navigation. use navigation. Just give me a moment, guys. The router is kind of getting collapsed. So I need to kind of check it up. So token I have already removed. There was one error for the token. It's already done and gone. Now we do not have any error for the token, but we do have error. Why? Because we do not have any main code. So I will define one more main app and will call this app. Okay. So it should not send me any error for now. So the const navigate is equals to news navigate. Is it defined inside a login page? I think so. Yeah, it is defined inside a login page. And what is the error? Use navigate must be used within our data router. So I have created a router. Const login async function set token use navigation. Everything looks fine. Okay, it's great. Okay, yeah. One thing that I kind of made a mistake was this should be use navigate. Okay, fine. It should not be use navigation, but actually it should be use navigate. Okay. Yeah, Tanush, I know it's a dinner time. Okay, I'm also skipping the dinner, so just wait for some more moments and we will have our attendance form served for you. Okay, not as a dinner, but as a reward for this session. Okay. Yeah, so I will add a H2 for login and I will give it a class name. So text of EXL in this case. Okay. So font you can keep it as font you can keep it as extra bold. Okay. I want my font as extra bold and margin bottom of 6 in this case. Text I will keep it as center and text orange 600. Okay. Text orange 600. Is it getting rebuilt? No, it's not getting rebuilt. Why is it not getting rebuilt? Because we haven't enabled the tailwind right now in this case. So we have to do one small task. Uh, so in Code Sandbox, we will not actually install our tailwind, but actually what we will do is we have already one CDN link for our script tailwind. So we will be using that script link in this case. Okay. So what you need to do is go into your HTML file, go into public folder. Inside public folder, you need to add into your HTML file and you have to paste a script. I will add this script for you in the chat. Please add this script inside your HTML file for now. Okay. Yeah, so I have added a link for you. It's already on the top. So please add it up. Okay. Great. So now let's do one thing. We will restart our session, not this session, but the sports sandbox. So in that case, it will start working. So H2 has been added, and I hope so it works fine. I have to go to the route of login. Sorry. So I need to go to route of login and let it get built. And till that point, I will go forward with other things. So now other thing that I have is first thing that I need to check is there any auth error or not? If there is no auth error, if there is error, in that case, I need to print that error. Okay, so first of all, I'm checking if there is a auth error. So if there is a auth error, then I will print that auth error on my screen. What is the problem? Cannot assign internet property message to object sent should open at line number 37. Line number 37. Okay, line number 37 is still under development, so we will not get worried with it. Okay. Yeah, so one more thing. This should be small braces, not the curly braces. So small braces and inside this, I will have my auth error. Okay, let me give the auth error a class name or as a styling. Fine. So margin bottom of 3 in this case, along with margin bottom of 3, I will add a text center. Yeah, I will add attendance for you. Just wait. Okay. I have aim to complete this page today. Okay. I do not want to stretch it up till tomorrow. So just please kind of be with me. Okay. Yeah. So this will get activated if we have a error in particular authentication. Only then it will get activated. If there is not any error, then we'll move forward. Okay. Now, if there is no auth error, then we will go with our form submission and we will create a form for ourselves. So yeah, so form should be outside of this scope. It should not be inside this scope. Okay, fine. So this form will take care of the username and password thing that we need to add it. Okay. Okay, Sandhya, wait, I will send the attendance link for you. If you are finding it kind of hefty to be in the session and you are hungry, then you can move forward. But I will kind of stretch it up for some moment. Okay, just wait a minute. This is day three, right? This is day three. Let me complete this page. I do not want to keep it half done. Okay, I will keep it complete for now. So replace the pin message. Great. So the div has been added. Okay, done. Okay, now the form. I have to complete the form part. So form, first thing, I will add my on submit property. So on submit, what should happen? So on submit, if there is any error, I will throw it up. If not, then he will take care of everything. And now, he dot prevent default. I do not want any default values to get to my backend. So I will write e dot default. I have added the attendance link, guys. So if you want to add attendance, then please add it over there. It's not optional. Everyone who is in the session, please add it up. And please do not come to me tomorrow telling that I haven't added the attendance. Okay. So I will encircle it inside the form in this case. Okay. So this is on submit property. And after on submit, I will define my input for the case and input will have two, three properties. So first input is my user. So the input first thing that I have is type is equals to text. Okay. After type is equals to text, I will name a value. So the value in this case is username and I will add it to username and on change. What will I do on change? So in case of on change, I will update it by using e. Okay. Akajan, obviously you remember the logic, not memorize the code. If there is a question, why am I able to do it? Because obviously before coming to session, this all codes has been written by me. Okay. So this is not actually the first time I'm writing the code in front of you. Obviously, if anyone, whoever comes to teach you live, he or she actually writes the code beforehand and tries it out. Okay. So that we do not want to run into any error while teaching. Why? Because we do not want to waste your time while teaching. So in that particular case, we code it on our own. Okay, we code it on our own and we check it out if everything is fine with the code. So that is why you remember the logic when you have done it once. If I would be coding it for the first time, if I haven't done it already, in that case, it will take more time for me to do this particular task. Okay. Yeah, you will get the code. Do not worry. And then next thing is our class name for styling. And so this input, where is the closing bracket? Okay, so closing bracket is on the top. So I was thinking, why am I getting class name as output? Okay, adding of 3 and border will keep 2 border orange of 300. Okay, so we'll keep it rounded and width will keep it as full. margin bottom of 4 in this case, and focus. Okay. How to fill attendance form? Click on the attendance form. You will get a Google form for you, and please fill it out after login into your respective email ID. Okay. Focus ring. Okay, so first focus was outline focus. Okay. Sorry, it should not be outline focus. Okay, fine. So ring 2 I am adding, and ring orange 400 and outline should be kept to none. Okay. So this will be my property, and what is the error that I am getting is I haven't added it all in a single. Okay, I have to add it inside the class name, and I did use some mistake of adding it outside the class name. Wait, guys, wait. Fine. So my class name is done. So after the class name, what I need is I need a placeholder, and my placeholder. What will my placeholder be? Username in the first case. Okay, so this is how my input field will look like. So I will copy the same input field and I will change some of the properties to make it compatible with the password. So over username, we will have password, and everything is fine over here. Type will go as password. Placeholder over here will be password. Okay, so I have added my two input fields. After two input fields, I need a button. So button for submit. So I will add a button for submit in this case. Guys, who has marked attendance and they find it kind of lengthy sessions, they're like kind of free to go, because I will not to leave it right now, because from tomorrow's session I need to start the home page. Okay. And please remember, I am making the login page. The sign up page, you have to make it. I will give you the reference from my end. I will add it for you. So please complete that up. Okay. Background orange 600. Background orange 500 for normal, and background orange 600 for this case. Next, I will keep it as void rounded with I will keep it as, and I will add a transition. Okay, of color. Okay. Line number 65. What is the problem on line number 65? On change e set username. Okay, yeah. So the password should actually be set password. Yeah. Thanks for telling. Great. So it should be set password because we are changing the password in this case. Okay. So I have added the button, and the button will have one text. Now, depending upon my auth loading, I will give two options for the button. If my auth is actually getting loading, so in that case, I will give the option of, or is the output as login in and dot dot dot. If it has actually done it is not loading in, then I will give it a login option. Okay, fine. So my button has been created, and my form is kind of done. So after the form, I need to add one option if the user hasn't completed, uh, user has not completed his or her actual sign in option or a sign up option, then I have to give a sign up case. Okay. Guys, are you experiencing any lag from my side? Hello, guys. Guys, can you confirm if there is any lag from my side? No, right? Okay, some of you are experiencing, some of you are not experiencing. Except for one moment. Okay, fine then. Okay. Okay, we are just at the end. No need to worry. Okay, we are just closing the session in some moment only, and we'll define one more div. And I need to give an option for sign up. Okay, so I will give a text for sign up in this case. So if my user hasn't actually logged in that case, I will give it option. So sign up will come in span. Okay, I will keep my sign up in span for now, and it's fine, right? Okay. And we need one more text, that is don't have an account, and then with space, I will add a span and tell my user to sign up. So let me add styling to this case, and I will also need to add a link. Okay, margin top of 5 in this case, and text should be kept as center. So this will be the normal for the outer div, and the inner div, that is span. I will need to add one or two colors. Okay, let's use 700. Or else I can add a text gray of 700 in this case again. That will be fine. Text gray of 700 in this case. And other text for it. Okay. So this will have a text of, I think so, orange would be best. So text orange, not range, but actually orange of 500, 6500. And we can underline, not underline. Actually, underline. Okay, so you can have the option to underline on the case of our. So font will keep it as a bold for now. And I need to go and I need to point it out to slash sign up route or as to slash register route. Okay, so the route name that we have created is slash register. So we need to send it to slash register, or else we can make it as sign up. Okay, that would be more relatable for us. So slash register or sign up. For that case, I need to define a link, and I will keep this all span inside the link for now. And this link will point to what? This link will point to slash sign up. Okay, fine, great. Looks fine. What is this? Okay, done. So this is my login page that I wanted to create. Okay, and tomorrow when we get back, we will test it out. But for testing out, I need you to create the sign up page and I need you to link it up with this site. I will add the sign up page for you. You do not need to worry about that. It will be added. So once we are done with the sign up addition, then we will test it out one by one for us. Okay. So now I am adding the code for the front end part too. So please note it up for yourself. And I have changed the visibility for front end code in a minute. I've changed the visibility for front end code and I have made it public. So you would be able to access it up. Okay. And for the backend code too, I will change it to public right now. Okay. Yeah, I have added the front-end code. Backend code I already shared. I cannot share two links at once. So please copy this particular link and backend code. I am changing it up from private to public. Okay, done. Fine. Okay, guys. So if you have any doubts, you can ask. Okay. or else we will close the session right here. We already stretched it till 8:25 right now, and kind of I have some other meetings at 8:30. So we'll close the session right now at this point, and we'll meet tomorrow again with the homepage. We'll start the homepage. We'll one by one complete the homepage. We have 2 days for that, and we'll see other functionalities. We'll test our backend tomorrow if it is working or not. If it is not working, we'll debug it up if there is any code problem, code issue, or other things. Okay. Thank you for joining this session, guys. Bye bye. Have a nice night ahead. Good night. We'll meet tomorrow at the same timing. Okay. Thanks, guys. Bye bye.